Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the attic. I'm Andy. Thanks for joining me on this episode. And today I'm going to talk about the card show that I went to yesterday. Today is Sunday. This will probably be posted Monday morning sometime. So enjoy your drive to work listening to me or having your cup of coffee watching me. Um, Close your eyes if you don't want to see this ugly mug. Anyway. What I'm going to do here is, because I have work in a few hours, I'm going to try to make this as quick and painless as possible for all of us. I'm going to flip this around to show you what I picked up. Normally at these card shows, there's probably only about 15, 20 tables. Yesterday there was only 8, but my friend from the flea market had his table set up. I shouldn't say 8 tables. There were 8 dealers there. So normally, like I said, there's between 10 and 20 dealers. Yesterday was a little light on dealers, but prosperous, I guess, for me. And the fact that I didn't just pick up supplies like I normally do from him. He actually had some other boxes there, and I decided to fish through. All right, let me spin this around and we'll get on with the show. I'll be right back. All right, and I'm back. All right, before we get to the main course here, little appetizer. We got some unopened rack packs yesterday. Oh, spin them around. There's some 90 Donruss, some 90 Flair. These were $1 a piece, but I love rack packs, and I got a few more here. Actually, this one was definitely one I was taking, as the Juan Gonzalez card showing. And a Deion Sanders with the Yankees. So those were a few little things I picked up for $1 a piece. Got a pack of 88 tops, a couple packs of 90s tops. There's a 1993 Series 1 Upper Deck, some comic ball cards, and then some studios. So anyway, I like the dollar bin as far as packs go. He usually has a bin filled with non-expensive packs, but I like having them. Anyway, so here we go. I will show you the main course. Let's just say I'll show you the main course first, and I'll go through these a little quicker. I mean, you'll still get to see the cards, but we'll show you the main course first, and then I'm going to throw in the feast of dessert. How about that? All right, so he had these boxes marked, 1974 to 1977, I think they were. Topps football cards. A lot of them weren't in astonishing condition, so I went through and picked out some of the best ones I could. I wish I would have had more time. My feet were starting to hurt, and my oldest son was up at the antique store, and he ended up getting a vintage Walkman for $25 still in the pack, and a Kiss Alive cassette to play in it. My kid's an old soul, so he likes groups like Kiss, Queen, Motley Crue. Some of the same groups I grew up listening to, and I liked Kiss being my favorite group of all time, and he was never even influenced by me, really. He once he started getting into music and he was listening to some stuff and watching some old videos on TV, he's seen a Kiss video, and obviously, like when I was a little kid, and maybe some of you out there, once you see Kiss with the makeup on, oh my God, it was like, wow. So anyway, I'm going to start off here with the 74 John Hannah rookie card. Really nice shape. Really well centered. Then we go to the 75s. The John Hannah second year. I just couldn't pass these up. I'll explain at the end what I paid for these. Merlin Olsen. A lot of Hall of Famers, semi-stars. Roger Worley. Hunter, Fred Dryer. I don't know how many of you remember that show, Hunter, but he was Hunter. Freddie Dryer. Alan Page. I couldn't pass this up. My grandmother, as some of you may know, huge Vikings fan. Shout out to Commenting Collector. Chiefs Willie Lanier. Shout out to Dre Diaz. Elvin Bethea. I actually got, and here we go. 2 are better than 1. Just couldn't pass these up. It was Mr. Lyle Alzado. Peyton and Eli's dad, Archie. Should say Cooper's also, Cooper Manning. Another shout out to Mr. Dre Diaz. Jan Stenerud. And Ernie Holmes rookie card. One of the original members of the Steel Curtain. Roy Gerella. Ed Bradley. Ron Shanklin. Andy Russell. Frank Lewis. Those were my Steelers acquisitions, and now we go on to the Raiders. Willie Brown, as I'm pretty sure Commenting Collector may recall, or too young to recall, but pretty sure he's the one during the Super Bowl that returned that interception for a TD against the Vikings. Eugene Upshaw, which I'm pretty sure he was the president of the Players Association for many years. Mr. Bubba Smith. I remember those old commercials. For I'm pretty sure it was less filling, tastes great type of stuff from, was it Miller or Michelob Miller? I don't know. My childhood brain has left me for the moment, but Otis Sistrunk. Whenever I get a chance to pick up Steelers and Raiders, 2 of the meanest, dirtiest teams probably in the 70s era. I got 2. Mr. Phil Villapiano. Like I said, 2's better than 1. And some of these might have been a mistake. I didn't know I already took one, but oh well. Dan Connors. Art Thomes or Thomes. Not quite sure how he pronounced it. I was only 5 years old in 1975. There's a George Blanda. And 1977, Kenny the Snake Stabler. There's a few great Redskins. Chris Hanburger. Mr. Pat Fisher. And a young Mark Mosley. Also picked up some of these all-pro cards from that year. Jack Youngblood. Yeah, Youngblood. Jack Youngblood. And Elvin Bethea. We got Merlin Olsen and Mike Reed. Another shout out to Rob at Commenting Collector there with the Nate Wright All-Pro and Emmett Thomas. We got Cliff Harris and Jack Tatum. And we have Ted Hendricks, who became a Raider later on, and Phil Villapiano, All-Pro. I'm going to show you some of these I didn't put in plastic yet. It's Mr. Record Holder Tom Dempsey. I'm pretty sure he had like a half a foot. He needed a special cleat made for kicking. But look at that stash. That's Whack Max Stash. He belongs on Mount Stashmore for sure. Shout out to BK over there at Max Wax Stacks. Or Mac Wax Stacks. I keep saying Max. I don't know. Say that 10 times really fast. Then some Eagles. We got Guy Morris. The stash on Bill Bradley. Tom Sullivan. Charlie Young. Dan Pastorini. Another Cowboy, John Fitzgerald. '74 champs, which it's a 75 card. Minnesota over the Los Angeles Rams, 14-10. Mr. Commenting Collector getting another shout out here. Lloyd Little. And unfortunately, a recipient of Jack Tatum. Such a sad story. Darryl Stingley was paralyzed during a hit from Jack Tatum. But I picked up his card. Raymond Chester. Two Jim Youngbloods. Nate Wright. Has a little bit of print defect there, but I don't really care. I'm trying to put this set together, and I'll pick up whatever I can that are in decent shape. All the corners looked pretty good. A lot of the other ones I was looking through had mashed corners just from being in the box for so many years. And if, like I said, I probably could have found a lot more, but would have had time. But there's Bobby Bryant. I picked up this card because I just thought it was such a cool name. I remember him a little bit, but when I saw this card and I saw Spider Lockhart, it's like a super villain. And even meaner and tougher than that name was this fella. One of the dirtiest, from what I read about, players in the league. Conrad Dobler. Mean man. There's the back. 6'3", 250. Pretty big guy. Anyway, those are my 75 pickups. And then he had another box with some random stuff in it. And I happened to find a few of these cards here. These are the 1961 Flair. There's Mr. Sam Huff. And the reason I picked this one up here is my grandmother's brother, which would have been, I guess, my great uncle, worked for Ford out in Michigan for a while. And then when he retired, he moved down to either Virginia or West Virginia. And He was actually, Sam Huff was actually his neighbor. And I wish I would have known that back then, because my great uncle has since passed away. I would have had him maybe try to get me an autograph or something. But anyway, said he was a really nice guy. He used to tell me some stories about him towards the end there when he would come up to visit. Steeler great Ernie Stotner. And if that picture doesn't entail toughness, I don't know what does. Probably some cast-like material under those forearm guards, I'm sure. Then I seen an ESPN, I don't know if it was 20 for 20 or some kind of special on Mr. Willie Gallimore a few years ago. So I started a PC on him several years ago, and I ended up going through that box, and I actually found these 361 flares. So I figured nobody else is going to take them. They're just going to sit there. So I grabbed all three. All right. Drum roll, please. All right, before I do the drum roll, sitting in front of you is one of my weekly pickups from eBay. I needed this Donruss 1986, the jumbo. I guess it's Donruss All-Stars, Dave Parker. So I added him to my Dave Parker PC. Also want to give a shout out again to Mr. Dre Diaz. He opened up a box of these Marvel cards, and my youngest son, who is going to be 7, July 30th, I think. Well, I don't think, I know, but such an idiot sometimes. Anyway, I picked up these during the week. These were off of eBay. There are two the Spider-Man Avengers 20th 20 years. That's the refractor, silver. That's what the backs look like. Once again, two are better than one. Maybe I can give him one, and I can keep one for myself. And then I also picked up this gold. It's a gold wave. I don't know too much about the modern day stuff as far as parallels, what they're called and stuff like that. But it's a Spider-Man 2099. It's not numbered. A lot of the numbered ones that I was bidding on, I lost on. They were just going too high out of my price range. That one that you had, Dre, which you pulled out of that box, that was numbered to 39. Wow. I really liked that one. That was awesome looking. But those were going through the roof. And I couldn't afford that. And then last but not least, my biggest pickup of the card show. We had this sitting in one of his cases. And it's a 1959 Don Drysdale addition to my 59s. I don't have many. I have a lot of the Pirates. I have a couple other ones. Used to have a Mickey Mantle. Used to have a Hank Aaron, Willie Mays, but unfortunately, seller's remorse. I sold them years ago, but I picked this up. He was asking 40. Dropped it down to 20. I thought, why not? 20 bucks for pretty decent looking. The corners are sharp. It's a little off center, but who gives a crap? I will buy off center all day long. It's how they came out of the packs. It's how they came out of the packs. So there you go, folks. This is a little second video of the weekend. I will post it tomorrow morning. And I'll just turn it around and tell you anyway. So let me turn this back around. And I'll be right back. And I'm back. As you can see, the sunglass safety glasses are on my hat. I haven't worn them like that for a while, so I figure Drew, Clean Cheap Shots, will have to bust my butt about wearing safety glasses indoors. Now it's not OSHA regulated. But anyway, love you, Drew. So anyway, that concludes my little mall visit card show type thing. A lot of the dealers there. One had Pokemon, one had a lot of newer stuff. There was a lot of overpriced stuff, a lot of stuff that was in pretty rough shape that the guys wanted pretty high priced. I did pick a few things up that I didn't show on camera that I will be sending out as care packages eventually. So with that being said, work is only a few hours away. Not looking forward to the first few days of the week because we're back on the rough schedule from last that ended. It'll continue this week for at least 3 days till I get a little bit of a break on a order change or whatever. And so hope you're enjoying your Sunday fun day, relaxing. Hope you have some good weather wherever you live. And have a super freaking awesome day. Peace, everybody. All right, before I wrap this up, I just wanted to also inform you the 1975s, the 61 Flares, 74 John Hannah rookie, and whatever else I showed right there in the beginning. I got a total of 59 cards and for $15, which actually averages out to a quarter a card. So I could ask you if you think I got a good deal on them, but personally, I feel I got an awesome deal on them. I'm not sure exactly what some of them go for. I'm not up on my current 1975 Topps football prices, but I'm pretty sure $15 for almost 60 cards and averaging out at a quarter a piece were well worth it. Anyway, with that being said, have a super freaking awesome day, guys. Peace.